On this 50-point inspection from Tilted Barn Brewery out of Exeter, Rhode Island, we have Tate the Great, which is an American IPA. This one clocks in at a whopping 6.5% ABV. It says Tate the Great. Tate the Great is an American IPA featuring many of the unique qualities we love here in the barn, or here at the barn. This beer is brewed with a Pilsner and wheat malt base and features one of our favorite hops, Nelson Sauvin. Like its namesake, Tate the Great is soft, balanced, yet full of surprises with every sip. This beer is a bit over 1 month old at the time of this inspection. My first time having Tate the Great. I have tried one other Tilted Barn beer, and that was pretty good. So didn't review it on this channel. I had it on one of my other YouTube friends' live shows. Can't remember which show it was on, but may have been on Alex's Food Friday for all I know. Anyways, let's go ahead and crack this one open and put it through an inspection. All right. So first off, let's talk about that can art. I didn't do that. It's pretty interesting. I like it. It's like those paper or clay action movie things that they would paper cutout type thing. All right. Anyways, the bubbles on this, yeah, I'd say it's kind of soap sudsy. It is white, and the color of the beer itself is a hazy, slightly milky orange. All right, some aromas. Well, it's very juicy. It's got tangerine, pineapple, mango. I know that Nelson's in it. Could I really say that I'm getting a white grape? Maybe, but to me it's a bit more like lychee. Not much coming from the malt. I mean, they're using wheat and Pilsner malt, so light malt presence will be all you're going to get. But anyways, let's dive in. First swig, cheers. You can dig it. The mouthfeel on this is nice. It does have a nice kind of crisp feel to it. Does have a slight softness. There's a drying. Seems to be on the lighter side on the body. Lighter side medium. And carbonation is spritzy. But it still has that kind of like soft finish on the palate. I like it. There's nice malt flavors also that I was getting out of this one. There's a little bit of a breadiness in there. And there's obviously some hop flavors. I'll have to go back in and try to figure those ones out. Yeah, it's got this, it's like a slight like tangerine and peach flavor. Once again, could I say that I'm actually tasting like a white grape? Or anything that reminds me of wine, really. No, but thinking that, it's like, okay, it could possibly be there. There is a lighter side note to it. Once again, I would kind of probably refer that to the lychee. Soft kind of rose petal water. Bitterness on this, I'd say for like kind of the lightness of everything with the malt, with the way the hops are coming off, the bitterness I'd say is kind of moderate. Does seem to be a slight bit of like a graininess mixed in with like, a little touch of pine. Maybe not so much pine, maybe just like grass. More grassiness, I'd say, than pine, yeah. A little bit of like a hay type note in there with a kind of grain. And grass. Okay. Let's give this one a score. Okay, so I am back. Let's just go over the Untapped score real quick. Out of 4,165 ratings, this beer averages out at a 4.07 out of 5, which on my scale, I think I would round that up to a 4.1. So that'd be a very good beer. The score that I'm going to give this, out of the appearance, I will give it a 6 out of 6. For the aromatics, I thought it was quite nice for what they definitely used in it. It gave off a good array of aromas and pretty pleasant. Nothing really flying out, but for basically what the beer is, I thought it was great. 8.5 out of 10. For the flavor score, once again, quite nice. I think it's pretty balanced across the board. It actually is this kind of delicate dance between like 3 different styles almost. It's almost a little bit like drinking a nice dry like Pilsner. And then it's also got this kind of like pale ale vibe to it as well. Just with the lightness of the flavors and you know, the bitterness not being too much for the lightness of all the flavors. But then it is an IPA also, and it does have a bitterness to it, and some flavors that you'll find in IPAs. The balance of hop flavor over malt, and yeah. So I'm at a 16 out of 19 for the flavor score. The body on this one, very nice drying. Like I said, it kind of hits on 3 different fronts almost. It's drying, but yet it still has a pretty smooth mouthfeel to it. The carbonation works well with it as well. 5 out of 5 for the body. My overall for this one, I'm at an 8 out of 10. I saw that there was a double dry hopped version of this or something. I'd like to try that. I think that might be even better. But so for the Tilted Barn Brewery in Tate the Great, it's going to get a bumpy 43.5 out of 50, which is going to land this as a very good beer. So I just want to say cheers and thank you all for watching. Fuck background noise.